scegliere dove governare o scegliere
Sì, si fa una lista di sedie e poi...
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a few stragglers, but I'll be here hopefully soon. Members, friends, and distinguished guests, good evening and welcome to the 2025 Annual General Meeting of the Italian Historical Society of South Australia. It is a pleasure to see all of you here tonight. And I'm extremely heartfelt thanks for your ongoing support, your enthusiasm, and your commitment to preserving and celebrating the Italian story in South Australia. Your presence, whether as members, volunteers, researchers, or community partners, continues to strengthen our society and ensure our work remains vibrant and relevant. Before we proceed, I wish to formally acknowledge the apologies received for this evening from members and friends who were unable to attend. We appreciate their continued interest and support, and we look forward to their participation in future activities. Cavaliere Sebastiano Gallipo, Ambassador of the Italian Historical Society of South Australia, Cavaliere Dr. Philip Donato, OIM, President of the South Australian Italian Association, Ms. Marinella Marno, President, Comité South Australia, Ms. Rosa Colonero, OIM, Founder of Italian Community Radio, Ms. Louisa Greco, Chair, South Australian Multicultural Commission, the Honourable Jean Lee, MLC, Independent Member in the Legislative Council, Councillor Dr. Rachel Tullio, Vice President of the Italian Historical Society, and by the way, there's the future. And Ms. Elena Scalfino, President COASIT South Australia. I would also like to warmly welcome and acknowledge our distinguished guests joining us tonight. Your presence honours our society, and we are grateful for your support of our mission and our community. Mr. Ernesto Pianelli, Consul of Italy and co-patron of the Italian Historical Society of South Australia. Grande Ufficiale Dr. Carmen Di Pasquale, IM, co-patron of the Italian Historical Society of South Australia. Cavaliere Domenico Zollo, President, Holy Mary of Montevirgin Association. Ms. Silvia De Cesare, President, South Australian Association of Teachers of Italian. Mr. Edmondo Palombo, President Dante Alighieri Society, hopefully he's on his way. Ms. Rita Bianco Palumbo, President Sicilia Social and Sports Club and Ambassador of the Italian Historical Society. Mr. Piero Fioretti, President Veneto Club. Mr. Vince Greco, President Society of Sant'Ilarione. He will be joining us. He's actually saying a prayer for us in church. Mr. Ross Diesso, President Campania Sports and Social Club. Tonight's meeting is structured in two distinct parts. The first part is dedicated to recognising and honouring several Italian community organisations that have celebrated significant milestones during the past year. These organisations, through decades of dedication, cultural stewardship and community service, have enriched the social and cultural fabric of South Australia. Their achievements are an essential part of the broader Italian-Australian narrative, and it is fitting that we begin our gathering by celebrating their contribution. The second part of the evening will follow the traditional framework of our annual general meeting. We will reflect on the year's activities, achievements, and challenges, present our reports, and engage in a constructive review of the Society progress. This will be followed by the election of the Committee of Management for the coming year, a vital process in ensuring the continual strength, leadership and direction of our organisation. Thank you once again for your support, your passion and your presence tonight. I look forward to sharing an engaging, reflective and meaningful meeting with you all. Benvenuti to all. Before we commence, on behalf of the Italian Historical Society, I wish to extend our warmest congratulations to Cavaliere Teresa dell'Acqua Leonardi OIM. He's going to get a mouthful every time I have to say that. Who has been awarded the prestigious honour of Cavaliere dell'Ordine della Stella d'Italia by the Republic of Italy. By the way, Teresa is one of the few Italian women that has both a Cavaliere and an OIM. So that is a great honour, and we are honoured to have her on our committee. This recognition is a fitting tribute to Teresa's illustrious and long-standing service to the Italian community through decades of dedicated volunteer work. It is an honour and richly deserved. I also wish to congratulate Cavaliere Domenico Zollo on receiving the same distinguished honour of Cavaliere dell'Ordine della Stella d'Italia. Cavaliere Zollo has held the esteemed position of President of the Holy Mary of Montevergine Association for well over 35 years. So when we think of Montevergine, we think of a remarkable testament to his enduring leadership and commitment. Finally, I would like to extend heartfelt congratulations to Ms. Laura Di Martino for her beautiful research exhibition, Corredi e Memorie, which thoroughly explores the history and cultural significance of the Italian glory box. Her work offers a poignant and insightful reflection on tradition, memory and identity within our community. It is now my honour to invite the Consul of Italy and co-patron of the Italian Historical Society to share a few words. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ernesto Pianelli.
Grazie Joe, buonasera a tutti, and thank you for the opportunity to address you today. First, I would like to extend my sincere apologies for having missed the celebration for the 10th anniversary. I was on leave, I was with my family, just for a few days. But although I could not be present, I have continued to follow the activity of the Italian Historical Society. Joe is keeping me updated. He's very active and efficient, I would say. A couple of weeks ago, I was about to send a report to my headquarters to Rome about the number of Italians that got naturalized in Australia. So I was thinking about how to manage this report, and then I thought maybe Joe could help me. So in half an hour, I had the report with all the numbers of the Italians that arrived in Australia between the 50s and 70s, with an estimate, very accurate estimate on the numbers of naturalization. So thank you for your availability, John. Allow me also to congratulate the President and the Board on the launch of the new website. I know that the website is still a work in progress, but I think it's very important. It represents a significant step forward, both in terms of visibility and accessibility to the huge amount of information that you as we look ahead, I wish to stress once again the importance of strengthening the collaborations with the South Australian Historical Society, the History Trust. I don't know if the Migration Museum is still waiting for funds. I was aware of this project. They received the 6 million Australian dollars for the restoration of the museum. I think that the most important community in South Australia has a role to play, and it is very, very important to collaborate, to continue the collaboration with the universities and the schools. These partnerships are vital to broaden your impact, share your research, and ensure that the stories of Italian migration remain an integral part of both community knowledge and public history. In this regard, I'm very pleased to share that the history of Italian migration is now beginning to be taught in schools in Italy. This development highlights the growing recognition of the global dimension of Italian heritage. Why I'm stressing the importance to collaborate with the university and schools? Well, I don't have to. Maybe I don't have to explain this, but I want to say that today the Italian language and the teaching of Italian language is living its best time in decades. So after more than 20 years, the Italian community has got a school community again. The Ente Gestore program, after 3 failed attempts, now is starting again and is showing, is promising, let's say. Apart from that, we have an Italian lecturer that is coming from Rome to teach Italian at the Flins University and UNISA University. And most importantly, since February 2026, with the merge of the 2 universities, UNISA and Adelaide University, we will have 2 bachelors majoring in Italian. So the Bachelor in Arts and the Bachelor in International Relations majoring in Italian. So we got plenty of opportunities to collaborate with schools and universities in order to have the history of Italian migration to be taught in schools and universities. I thank you all for your continued commitment and I look forward to support the society's work in the year ahead. Thank you. Buonasera.
Okay, well, a very warm welcome to this important part of our gathering, where we honour the Italian community organisations that have reached significant milestones during the past year. It is especially noteworthy that so many of these organisations celebrated their 50th anniversaries in 2005. This is no coincidence. It reflects a remarkable period in our community development, shaped by the social, economic and cultural changes of the 1970s. The 1970s was a formative decade for Italians in South Australia. After decades of hard work, many post-war migrants were becoming more economically established. Families who had arrived with little more than determination and hope had, by the early 1970s, secured stable employment, purchased a home, and planted deep roots in South Australia. Their children, who had entered Australian schools as newcomers, were now graduating from universities, entering the professions, and becoming fully integrated in the civic and cultural life of the state. This growing stability and confidence naturally led to the formation of community organisations that expressed shared regional identities, cultural traditions, sports, language and heritage. Clubs, associations, social groups and cultural institutions were founded to strengthen community bonds and to preserve the heritage that migrant families wish to pass on to the next generation. The flourishing of these organisations in the 1970s is why so many today are reaching the milestone of 50 years. It was also a time when government policy played a significant role in supporting and shaping community life. Under the leadership of Premier Tom Dunstan, South Australia became a national leader in embracing multiculturalism. Policies introduced during the Dunstan years promoted cultural inclusivity, funded ethnic organisations, encouraged language retention, and recognised the value of cultural diversity in enriching the state. This political climate gave immigrants communities the confidence, resources, and legitimacy to develop formal organisations that celebrated their heritage while contributing meaningfully to the broader society. As we celebrate these milestones tonight, we also reflect on the broader role of the Italian Historical Society of South Australia. The Society serves as a custodian of Italian immigration history, preserving documents, stories, photographs, oral histories, and artefacts that capture the journey of migrants and the organisation they built. Our work ensures that the legacy of these pioneering generation is never lost. But preserving history is not a solitary effort. Building strong and enduring relationships with Italian community organisations is essential. These organisations hold unique archives and living memories that enrich our collective understanding. Likewise, partnership with state institutions, cultural bodies and academic organisations allow us to elevate Italian migration history within South Australia, broader historical and scholarly narrative. And I am pleased to the announcement that the Consul made tonight about 2 degrees that incorporate Italian in their studies. This is something that we fought for in the 1970s, and the fight's still going on. To all the organisations celebrating milestones this year, congratulations. Your achievement, born of sacrifice, resiliency and community spirit, are an enduring gift to South Australia. We are honoured to celebrate with you and look forward to continuing our shared commitment to preserving the Italian story for generations to come. Thank you and congratulations to all. With great honour, I now invite the Consul of Italy to join me to present the certificates of commemoration to the distinguished Italian community organisation we are privileged to celebrate this evening. Well, we start with the longest one, it's the 70th anniversary. And we have two organisations in this category. As we gather this evening, it is fitting that we acknowledge 2 of the most enduring pillars of our community life, the Holy Mary of Montevirgine Association and the Society of Sant'Ilarione, both founded in 1955, emerging at a time when thousands of Italian migrants were establishing their futures in South Australia. These organisations became much more than places of devotion. They became centres of belonging. For families navigating a new land, they offered spiritual comfort, cultural continuity, and the resurgence of community. Through their annual feasts, social gatherings, and charitable initiatives, they help preserve cherished traditions while fostering unity among generations. Their influence reached far beyond religious celebration. They contributed profoundly to the cultural identity of our state and helped shape the foundation of the vibrant Italian community we are proud of today. 70 years on, the legacy of these early founders continues to shine brightly. Their dedication reminds us that faith, culture, and community, when nurtured together, become a source of strength to all. Tonight, we honour the legacy and recognise the lasting impact these organisations have had on countless families on the broader story of Italian in South Australia. I would like to call on Cavaliere Domenico Zolo, President of Holy Mary of Montevergine Association, to come forward and accept the certificate of commemoration. The commemoration reads, on the occasion of your 70th anniversary, we proudly honour your enduring devotion to faith, tradition and community. For 7 decades, the Holy Mary of Montevergine Association has been a cherished guardian of spiritual heritage, uniting generations through the annual feast of the Madonna and nurturing the cultural and religious identity of Italo-Australians in South Australia. Your commitment to sacred celebration, charitable services and intergenerational connection reflects the values we hold dear: reverence, resilience and belonging. With heartfelt appreciation, we commemorate this milestone and salute your legacy of devotion, unity and cultural pride. The other commemoration will have to wait until Mass is over. Okay, come down to the 60th anniversary. This evening we acknowledge the important legacy of the Dante Alighieri Society of South Australia. Founded in Adelaide by Dr. Giorgio Mazzero, his visions were clear: to promote the Italian language, literature and cultural heritage and as essential pillars of understanding between Italy and the wider Australian community. Through language classes, cultural events, lectures and collaboration with the educational institution, the Society became a driving force in strengthening appreciation of Italian culture in our state. For decades, it offered new migrants a connection to their roots, providing their children with opportunities to embrace their linguistic heritage and open the richness of Italian civilization to the broader South Australian community. Its contribution to cultural exchange, education and community engagement has left a lasting imprint on Adelaide's multicultural landscape. Today we pay tribute to Dr. Mazzero's founding vision and to the Society's enduring role in enriching the cultural fabric of South Australia. I would like to call on Mr. Edmondo Colombo, President of the Dante Alighieri Society of South Australia, to come forward and accept the certificate of commemoration. The commemoration reads, in celebration of your 60th anniversary, we proudly honour your unwavering dedication to the promotion of Italian language, literature and culture. For 6 decades, the Dante Alighieri Society of South Australia has been a guiding light in fostering appreciation for Italy's rich intellectual and artistic heritage. Through education, community engagement and cultural exchange, you have deepened the bonds between generations and across continents. Your work continues the legacy of Dante himself, elevating language as a bridge between people and a culture as a vessel of identity and belonging. With profound respect and gratitude, we commemorate this milestone and salute your enduring contribution to the cultural life of South Australia.
Thank you for the certificate. I'd like also acknowledge Silvia De Cesare. She was a former president of the Dante Alighieri, so she deserves the accolade as well for the work done over the years. Thank
you. And I'm honoured to be a Foundation Life member of the Dante Alighieri Society. I remember those years very well in the 1960s when we fought to get our languages taught in schools. I've just noticed that Vince Greco has joined us, so we just go back to the other 70th. I would like to call on Mr. Vince Greco, President of the Society of Santa Leone, to come forward and accept the certificate of commemoration. On the commemoration week on the occasion of your 70th anniversary, we proudly honour your remarkable 7 decades of faith, service and community. Since your founding in 1955, the Society of Santa Leone has stood as a pillar of devotion, cultural identity and unity within the Italo-Australian community of South Australia. Through the annual Feast of Santa Leone, charitable works and tireless community engagement, you have safeguarded treasured traditions and strengthened the bonds between generations. Your unwavering commitment to spiritual celebration, culture preservation and social welfare embodies the values that continue to enrich our wider community, compassion, resilience and shared heritage. With deep appreciation to recognise this milestone and pay tribute to your enduring legacy of devotion, cultural pride and community leadership.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'd just like to say a couple of words regarding this man and this committee. I think it's fantastic what you guys are doing to keep our culture alive and capturing all the history. So thank you very much. It's amazing. Thank you. And I apologise for being late. I had to go to mass.
Well, the man upstairs has precedence over us. Okay, slowly getting through it. Now, 50th anniversary. This is the biggest one of the lot for the reasons I explained before. This year we also celebrate the 50th anniversary of the South Australian Associations of Teachers of Italian, otherwise known as SATI, an organisation whose origins lie in the pioneering work of the Italian education movement. Emerging at a time when Italian language and culture were gaining recognition in our schools, the association was formed to support teachers, promote best practices and advocate for Italian as a vital part of South Australia's education landscape. For 5 decades, the association has played a central role in strengthening language programs, developing resources and fostering professional collaboration among teachers across the state. Its dedication has ensured that generations of students, Italian and non-Italian alike, have had the opportunity to study the language, appreciate Italy's cultural heritage and build meaningful connections with their own identity or with the broader multicultural community. The impact of this work has been profound. The association has not only enriched Italian language education, but has also contributed significantly to the visibility, pride and cultural continuity of the Italian community in South Australia. As we make this milestone, we honour the visionaries of the Italian education movement and the many educators who have carried that mission forward with passion and commitment. I would like to call on Ms. Silvia Di Cesare, President of SADI, to come forward and accept the certificate of commemoration. The commemoration reads, in celebrating your 50th anniversary, we proudly honour your enduring commitment to the teaching and promotion of the Italian language and culture in South Australia. For half a century, your association has inspired generations of students, empowered educators, and strengthened the cultural bridge between Italy and Australia. Through your dedication to the excellency in language education, you have nurtured identity, pride, and belonging within our multicultural community. Your work echoes the values we hold dear, preserving the heritage, fostering understanding, and celebrating the richness of Italo-Australian contribution to society. With deep appreciation and admiration, we commemorate this milestone and salute your legacy for learning and leadership.
We should
shouldn't say their age, but I am 52, so I was barely born when this was started with you guys. It started with you, so this is thanks to all the presidents and all the volunteers that were here before me. I only started 2 years ago. It's a big fight. Okay, it started as a fight. It keeps being a fight because in this country languages are not valued as they are in Europe. But we keep fighting, we keep going, and we make sure that Italian stays alive for the future as well. Thanks.
As we reflect on the milestones reached within our community, this year we proudly recognise the 50th anniversary of 3 important regional clubs: the Campania Sports and Social Club, the Sicilia Social and Sports Club, and the Veneto Club, founded during the dynamic period of the mid-1970s. Each of these organisations was created by migrants determined to preserve the tradition, dialects and regional identities of their beloved homelands, while those providing a place of friendship, support and belonging to their new country. Through sporting teams, cultural celebrations, social events and decades of voluntary service, these clubs have nurtured intergenerational connections and strengthened the cultural fabrics of the Italian community in South Australia. They have offered families a home away from home, allowed children and grandchildren to grow up with strong sense of heritage and contribute significantly to the multicultural life of our state. Tonight, we honour the founders, members and supporters of the Campania, Sicilia and Veneto clubs for their enduring commitment to community life, cultural pride and the preservation of our shared Italian story. I would like to call on Mr. Ross Diezzo, President of the Campania Sports and Social Club, to come forward and accept the commemoration. The commemoration reads, on the occasion of your 50th anniversary, we proudly commemorate your outstanding 50 years of service, cultural celebration and community spirit. Since its establishment in 1975, the Campania Sports and Social Club has been a vital centre for preserving Campanian traditions, promoting social inclusion and enriching the cultural life of Italo-Australians in South Australia. Through sport, social events and community initiative, the club has created a welcoming environment that fosters friendship, intergenerational connection and regional pride. Your dedication to sustaining cultural identity, nurture community well-being and honouring the heritage of Campania continues to strengthen the tapestry of our shared history. With sincere appreciation, we celebrate this significant milestone and acknowledge your enduring contribution to South Australian Italian community.
Thank you.
I'd like to also thank Joe and everybody here that they do a great job. There's a lot of other clubs and volunteers in this room, and this is also a celebration of our founders, our members, volunteers and everybody. So everyone's got an uphill battle, but we're all doing it. So thank you very much. Thank you.
I would now like to call on Ms. Rita Bianca Palumbo, President of the Sicilia Social and Sports Club, to come forward and accept the certificate of commemoration. The commemoration reads, on the occasion of your 50th anniversary, we proudly honour your enduring legacy of community, culture and connection. For 5 decades, the Sicilia Social and Sports Club has been a vibrant beacon of Sicilian heritage, fostering unity, celebration and intergenerational pride among Italo-Australians in South Australia. Your commitment to culture preservation, social inclusion and sporting camaraderie reflects the very spirit our society seeks to uphold and celebrate. With heartfelt appreciation, we commemorate this milestone and salute your contribution to the rich tapestry of our shared history.
I'd also like to say a few words, although can't think of any at the moment. No, it's fantastic to be involved with the Italian Historical Society. They do a great job. When Joe came and said to me he wanted to do my story, I said, why me? I'm only a little person. There's other fish out there, go and get them. And you know what he said to me? Why not you? And it's true, we've all got something to share, we've all got something to give, and we have given. So to all the clubs, to all the volunteers, to everyone that's been involved doing voluntary work, well done. We all deserve the accolade that we get, not because we want it, but because we enjoy doing what we are doing. So well done, everybody, and it's a clap to all of us.
I would now like to call Mr. Piero Fioretti, President of the Veneto Club, to come forward and accept the certificate of commemoration. On the occasion of your 50th anniversary, we proudly honour your enduring contribution to the preservation and celebration of Veneto heritage in South Australia. For 5 decades, the Veneto Club has been a vibrant centre of cultural pride, social connection and intergenerational unity. Through events, tradition and community service, you have nurtured the values of hospitality, resilience and belonging that define the Veneto spirit. Your legacy enriches the multicultural tapestry of our state and reflects the very mission of the Italian Historical Society to honour the stories, achievement and cultural vitality of Italo-Australians. With heartfelt appreciation, we commemorate this milestone and salute your dedication to community and culture.
What I got to say, I only met this gentleman about 12 months ago, and he approached the club, the Veneto Club, and asked about the history, or the 50-year history of the Veneto Club, and it's I've only been president for 1 year, and I've got to say I'm in awe of the Veneti who built that club in 84 weeks, which is unbelievable. It's one of the biggest clubs at that time, but also in particular what Rita said and Ross about the volunteers. If it wasn't for the volunteers, we wouldn't be here today. And the Veneto Club has got a strong volunteer group, and I'm really in awe of those people as well. Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the Italian Benevolent Foundation, known today as Beni Aged Care, one of the most significant and compassionate institutions established by our community. Born from the determinations of Italian migrants who recognised the need for the care of their elderly and dignity, familiarity and cultural understanding. The foundation emerged as a direct response to the challenges faced by aging members of our community who longed for language, tradition and the comforts of home. Over the past 5 decades, the Italian Benevolent Foundation has grown from a grassroots vision into a respected and professional aged care provider, offering residential care, community service and vital support for families across South Australia. Its work has ensured that thousands of Italian Australians have been able to age with respect, surrounded by cultural traditions, food, language and a sense of belonging. The impact of Beni Aged Care extends far beyond its facilities. It represents the compassion, solidarity and responsibility that have always defined our community. As we commemorate this milestone, we honour the founders, volunteers and staff who transform a simple idea of benevolence into an enduring legacy of care for generations to come. I would like now to call on Grande Ufficiale Dr. Carmen Di Pasquale AM, esteemed long-term former president of Beni Aged Care, to come forward. And the commemoration reads, on the occasion of your 50th anniversary, we proudly honour your enduring commitment to the care, dignity and well-being of Italo-Australians in South Australia. For 5 decades, the Italian Benevolent Foundation has been a century of compassion, providing culture-sensitive aged care, preserving tradition and fostering a sense of belonging for our elders. Your dedicated Your dedication to service reflects the highest ideals of our heritage, respect for family, reverence for history, and a deep belief that every life deserves comfort, connection, and honour. With heartfelt appreciation, we commemorate this milestone and salute your legacy of care, community, and cultural pride.
Penso 50 anni io ero praticamente quasi in coma, quindi non sono stato al Parliament House, no, perché non potevo. Però mi hanno detto che io parlavo con Dottor Masero e Dottor Masero è morto. Avevamo una conversazione da amici, infatti io sorridevo, Dottor Masero, ma io non ricordo niente, ma me lo dicono, no? Che era happy hours per noi due. Va bene, cosa dire del Villaggio Italia? Abbiamo cominciato con niente, sono stato lì, mi sembra quasi 33 anni come presidente, e mi ritirai perché 33 è un anno anche per Gesù Cristo particolare. Non era un anno da niente, un anno particolare. Grazie che è successo, se no eravamo ancora qui aspettando il Redentore. E quindi tutte le cose succedono qualcosa. Quindi grazie, incominciamo con niente, abbiamo adesso 450 e più letti e più avremo fra poco non più di 100 independent units, quindi parliamo di decine di milioni no. Noi fummo tra i primi a costruire 25 posti letto for the dementia unit. E la settimana scorsa, sabato scorso, abbiamo inaugurato una delle 3 in Sud Australia, dementia units, solamente 9 posti letto, for people really and truly at the last stage of dementia, quindi highly specialized. We are doing well, we are doing well. The only thing which I can say to Joe, please remain in contact with the University of Adelaide, il Dipartimento di Italiano, perché noi siamo stati parte attiva per la cattedra di italiano. Non perdiamo quello che abbiamo creato, perché in realtà se parlo in dialetto napoletano non tanto mi capiscono, i giovani per niente, se parlo dialetto calabrese peggio, poco mio, nessuno mi capisce, e così via di seguito. Quindi stiamo perdendo la terza lingua, la seconda lingua, la lingua italiana, con i giovani l'abbiamo quasi persa. Abbiamo ancora la cattedra di italiano, per favore sta in contatto. Noi abbiamo fatto cose meravigliose nel passato, per esempio le giornate colombiane sono state organizzate da noi in grande stile nel 92, quindi abbiamo fatto tante cose. Io ho goduto immensamente la venuta della professoressa dall'Italia per la cena di Leonardo da Vinci. Questo è qualcosa che certamente, stando in contatto con l'Italia, ma ci sono geni in Italia adesso, non è che dobbiamo andare diversamente a risuscitare tante alleghiere, quindi potremmo avere tanta cultura qui in Adelaide. Quindi è questione di bussare alla porta del dottore e aprirà, è questione di usare quello che abbiamo a Flintes, la mettiamo noi la cattedra, noi, quindi grazie ai volontari, grazie a tutti voi, il Dio vi benedica. E non perdiamo la cristianità. Ami i tuoi nemici, perché se amate solo gli amici lo fanno tutti, anche i barbari. Io non sono ubriaco, per l'amor di Dio. Sono sceso dalla nave, no?
In conclusion, as we reflect on the many milestones celebrated this year, we honour the remarkable commitment of our Italian community organisations, each founded through sacrifice, vision, and a deep desire to preserve identity and belonging. Their anniversaries remind us not only of their achievement, but of the enduring strengths that comes from unity, tradition, and shared purpose. Together, they have shaped the cultural, social, and spiritual landscape of our community for generations. In acknowledging their legacies, we also reaffirm our responsibility to preserve these stories and ensure they continue to inspire those who follow. In closing, I would like to remind you that la storia è la mente del popolo. In other words, history is the memory of the people. We will now take a brief 5-minute break. During this time, we kindly invite all recipients of certificates to come forward for a group photograph with the consul. Following the photo, we will reconvene for the formal proceedings of the annual general meeting.